In 1937, he married Mahmooda Begum, who was from a Bukhari Sayyid family in Delhi. She was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, but as Maududi's life partner, she braved many hardships with exemplary fortitude. Both of them lived together for a lifetime. She says about her illustrious husband, an ordinary man, blessed with an extraordinary understanding of the Quran and the Prophet's way of life. It would be no exaggeration to say that his action was strictly in accordance with the Quran.
At the end of 1937, in a few meetings with Allama Iqbal, I felt that we have known each other for a very long time and how close we were to each other. It was decided that I would shift to Punjab and establish an institution for Islamic research and training in the premises provided by a charitable trust near Pathankot. With mutual agreement, we named it Darul Islam.
Allama Iqbal had always desired to bring together at Lahore all the noted scholars of India. Molana Maududi was one of them. Chaudhry Niaz, a landlord of Pathankot, had established an Islamic center for this purpose. He wanted Molana Maududi to come and work there.
Molana Maududi left the comforts of Hyderabad and headed to the scarcely populated place, which was named Darul Islam. He arrived there on March 18th, 1938. 2 months later, in a mail to Molana Maududi, Nawab Bahadur Yar Jung wrote, "In the Shawwal issue, you have drawn such an interesting sketch of Darul Islam that my heart yearns to see the place. I wish to visit there someday to meet the various gatherings of scholars and benefit from them."
For the past 6 years, I have been exerting all my physical and mental energies to achieve my ideal, but unfortunately, I am all alone.
In those days, Molana Maududi traveled from one village to another, addressing people, teaching them the basic principles of Islam. His talks covered mainly such topics as Islam, prayer, fasting, Hajj, Zakat and Jihad. Apart from that, all he did was to deliberate, read and write. The dark clouds of the Second World War were hovering on the horizon. Even in those dire times, Molana Maududi continued steadfastly his scholarly pursuit and authored several books such as Musalman or Maujuda Siyasi Kashmakash, published in 1938, Tanqihat, published in 1939, Khidmaat, a collection of easily understandable talks on the fundamentals of Islam, published in 1940, hukam-e-azaan, published in 1941, and Parda.
Molana Maududi's book Parda is our guide as regards the origin of veil explains. It's important in promoting virtue and the social caused by its non-observance, anarchy and corruption, and why we can progress while safeguarding these values.
In all the countries where I went, I found a deep respect for Molana Maududi and an interest in his work, thoughts and teachings. Translations of his works have been done in several languages. Our young people in Muslim societies benefit from them.
Molana Maududi had absolute faith in this line of Iqbal's poetry. Detached from religious principles, politics is to Chengiz like tyranny and oppression. With his journals, books and lectures, he projected Islam's universal message. He desired to bring about a revolution with the help of persons of upright character. A new day dawned on August 25, 1941, at the office of Tarjuman al-Quran, as 75 persons pledged allegiance to the cause of an Islamic revolution that was Molana Maududi's dream. The Jamaat-e-Islami was born. Molana Maududi was elected its first Amir.
I am so glad that in the whole of South Asian subcontinent, whether it is Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh or Myanmar, wherever there is an Islamic movement, Molana Maududi's disciples and their organization exist. This movement is a uniting force. It is a source of discipline which we Muslims generally lack and want to remain free to do as they want.
Jamaat-e-Islami's policies influenced the Muslim right from the Caribbean islands to the farthest corners of Indonesia. This is a logical and practical extension of the thought and vision of Sayyid Maududi.
When he founded Jamaat-e-Islami, Molana Maududi made sure that it did not become heritable. He also ensured that the struggle for Islamic revolution should be pursued by recourse to political means rather than militancy and violence.
The organizational setup is of prime importance in Jamaat-e-Islami. It is the organization that initiates call to the way of Islam, provides training, carries out social work, as well as resolves the problem concerning men, women, laborers and farmers and other sector of society.
Molana Maududi has developed Jamaat-e-Islami in such a way that it offers your moral, religious and political training, and it also enhances your knowledge.
The sole purpose of my life is this movement. I live and I shall die for it. It does not matter whether people go along with me or they do not. I will follow this path all alone if it needs be. Even if the entire world unites to stand against me, I will fight it single-handedly.
I think that in our entire history, apart from the earlier period of Islam, the struggle of Hazrat Imam Hussain and the endeavors of Hazrat Umar bin Abdul Aziz, there has been no effort which combined idealism and practicality. It is Sayyid Maududi's singular achievement that he gave an ideological base and self-confidence to the Muslim Ummah and launched a global movement.
These are the four fundamental objectives of the Jamaat-e-Islami: construction and purification of thought, organization, reformation of society, and rectification of the government.
Immediately afterwards, it was essential that what I had learned from the Quran should be communicated to the Muslims in general and Jamaat's members in particular, so that it would illuminate their life, enable them to participate in my program to bring about the required transformation based on the Quran.
Realizing the grave danger that philosophy of one nationhood carried in India, he wrote several articles on the issue. They have been published in his books Masla-e-Qawmiyat and Musalman or Maujuda Siyasi Kashmakash in 3 volumes. Council member of All India Muslim League and General Secretary of the UP Provincial Muslim League, Nawab Shamsul Hasan says, through a unanimous resolution, the UP Provincial Muslim League had appointed a committee to prepare a draft of the constitution of the new Islamic State, whose only session was held at the hall of Nadwatul Ulama, Lucknow, where all the members of the committee, including Molana Maududi, were present. Jamaat-e-Islami fully agreed with the two-nation principle, which was the basis of the demand for Pakistan. At that time, Molana Maududi had authored excellent and most convincing articles in its support. I want to make it clear in order to foil any attempt to distort history.
Jamiatul Ulama Islam Hind, or the Ulama of Deoband, had joined hands with the Congress to announce their common standpoint. It was clear that Molana Maududi did not agree with them. It is wrong to say that he was against Pakistan movement.